very exciting moment because we're about to depart the marina and head off to our first tropical anchorage. We've just been over to customs and picked up our cruising permit. We're all clear to leave the marina and head out and then start enjoying this wonderful place. So the plan today is to go a short distance, probably only 5 miles, down towards the Point Passage, which is the entry to Savusavu Bay, and it's sheltered from the southeasterly, so quite a few boats down there by the look of it when we came in. So that'll be a place where we can just go and wait for the trades to ease a little bit so that we can head east and go and explore some of the eastern areas of Fiji. So Vicky's just up at the marina office paying up, and we're just filling up the last of our water tanks, making the final preps, and very soon we'll be letting the dock lines go and heading off to our first tropical anchorage. So watch this.
After sailing 1200 nautical miles from New Zealand, we finally arrived in Savusavu, Fiji, and since clearing customs, we have been waiting almost a week in Nawi Island Marina for our cruising permit. With cruising permit in hand, we did a quick reprovision of fresh fruit and vegetables from the local market in Savusavu, and we were now ready to untie the lines and start exploring this beautiful country. We thoroughly enjoyed our stay at Nawi Island Marina. The staff were very welcoming and accommodating. As we make our way out of the marina into Nakama Creek, you can see Savusavu Market directly ahead. The channel is well marked, and very close to the channel is a mooring field. Motoring through the channel, you pass some major landmarks such as a Coprashed Marina, which historically was a collection point for copra, but is now a marina, and Waitui Marina. Passing the Savusavu Jetty, we now leave the very sheltered waters of the Nakama Creek behind.
What do you think about our outing today?
It's nice. It's one way to cool down with the wind.
So you can just see, maybe you can see, there's some yachts here right in the distance, and that's where we're going to stop. We'll be there for a few days at least, so it's our first anchorage. We'll be there very soon. So I've just set the anchor, and
First time anchoring in Fiji.
yeah, it went well, eh?
It went very well.
How deep's the water here?
22.3 metres.
Yeah, so we've got a fair bit of chain out, but it's all good. There's probably 6 other boats here, and it's around midday.
Yeah, we're not far from the marina, probably 5 miles.
Yeah.
So the plan is we're going to hang out here for a week or so until the winds change.
Yeah.
And then we're going to start going down the coast.
That's right, we're going to go to the Rainbow Reef.
Yeah. What else do you do in Fiji?
Yeah. See you.
Ciao.
So there's a coral head just over there, and there's one just over there, I think. It's hard to tell at the moment because we're pretty high tide. So anyway, I've just tied off onto the mooring balls with the painter, so that's good, and I'll get kitted up, jump in and see what it looks like. I've ever done. Split rock near Savusavu. Beautiful. There's a pair of clownfish down there on a soft coral. And they're like squidging into it. It's just gorgeous.
After spending a week in this anchorage, enjoying the beautiful sunsets, the southeast trade winds had finally eased and it was time for us to make our way east. We left this anchorage at 3:30 am to sail 46.5 nautical miles along the east coast of Vanua Levu to Viani Bay where the Rainbow Reef was.
So we've just cleared the Point Passage, which is this one here. This is Savusavu Bay, and now we're heading pretty much east along the bottom coastline. So we've managed to get all the sail up and we're just sailing along at 4 to 5 knots in the dark. It's very dark at the moment, no one around. Bit of a swell still from the trades, but the wind's off the land and it's about 10 knots of wind and it's pretty warm right now. So it's 10 past 4 in the morning and we're just sitting up in the cockpit and just sort of taking it all in. It's a bit weird sailing out of a passage in the dark, knowing there's a reef around, but we've got our good charts and our course from last time, and now we're out in probably about what have we got? We're probably in about 500 meters of water here, so it gets deep very quickly, so no worries about reefs here. So it's just past 6 am and the wind's been coming and going, but I've just managed to get sailing again and the sun's coming up, so it's all good.
I'm loving it. It's beautiful, it's warm, the swell is minimal. A stark contrast to when we first came in and we're getting a hammering, but this is a very nice swell. Soon, about a couple of hours, 3 hours, we'll get the shelter of, I think it's Taranui. And look, it's been a shame that we've had to motor for a little bit, but hey, that beats beating into 20 to 25 knots of southeast trade wind. So I take this. Yeah, and soon we're going to be in the Rainbow Reef.
Bring it on, eh?
Bring it
later
on.
Today.
Yes.
So the headwind's just filled in a bit. So we got about 7 to 10 knots of headwind. It's about 10 to 20 degrees apparent, so we're just having to motor sail. And we're closing in though on the reef, and it's striking how big Vanuatu is, the island, and all the little settlements, and it's quite mountainous. So it's been quite something sailing along the coastline. And then we've got Tavanui Island, then we've got Tavanui Island, I think it is, in the distance over here. So we're falling into the lee of that, and we're closing in on Viani Passage. We're still a couple of hours away, but the land is getting bigger in the distance, so it's always good. The water's a beautiful blue colour. It's about 500 meters deep here. A few seabirds around, but we're just clicking down the miles with our Beta Marine engine pushing us along, and just taking in the views and looking forward to getting into the reef. So all going pretty well. just approaching the Viani Bay area, and we are 2.2 miles, this is our position here, we're 2.2 miles from the closest reef, and we're just going to skirt along the south side of the reef and into the Viani Passage, which is this. We've dropped a waypoint here, so this is going to be our entry point. It's 0.3 of a mile wide, and that'll take us inside the shelter of the reef. So we're just going to make the final piece of the approach. The wind's it's about 20 knots now. I think it must just be accelerating around there through the passage here. So it is what it is. We're just motor sailing, just keeping a good angle and prioritising our entry into the reef now.
This was our first reef entrance, and to say we were nervous was an understatement. My job was to keep watch for coral from the bow. We had left early so that we could make this entrance at midday, but the wind chop and the cloudy sky reduced visibility. Fortunately, the pass was very deep, and as we made our way into the anchorage, the beauty of this place soon became apparent. Coming into the anchorage again was hard to see bommies, but once anchor watch was over, it was time to go ashore.
So we've just come down to the beach. It's a primary school right here at the beach, and this has to be the coolest version of a school bus. It's the primary school boat. It's got a hard little cabin, so I guess this is how some of the kids get to and from school. You can tuck in, put the benches, and nice little area under cover. Beautiful. You trip over a pawpaw, like slipping on a banana.
Very gorgeous.
It is, eh? Hmm?
Yeah, kids are singing. It's pretty cool, eh?
It is very cool.
I like the ladders. Quite picturesque.
Few boarding ladders by the look of it. Shallow reef along the edge here, so we're going to cut it short before it cuts us short.
It's a bit too shallow.
Yeah. They respect the coral. So back to Taco. Bit the bullet and decided to go out with the dive academy to that reef and do some snorkeling. So I'm just getting ready. Going to go over to the beach, meet up with them, jump in their boat, and then head out to the reef and go snorkeling on the Rainbow Reef. So we'll see what this looks like.
Snorkeling the Rainbow Reef was a whole reason we came to Viani Bay. Fiji is considered to have more than 10,000 square kilometres of pristine coral reefs, most of these being fringing reefs, which are reefs close to the shore. The Rainbow Reef is considered one of the best diving and snorkeling places in the South Pacific and is called the soft coral capital of the world. The Rainbow Reef is situated in the Savusavu Strait, a body of water that separates Fiji's third largest island, Taveuni Island, from Vanuatu, Fiji's second biggest island. Savusavu Strait means good water because the strong tidal currents that run within it provide a rich nutrient supply to the coral. The length of the Rainbow Reef is approximately 30 miles long, but the section where the dive sites are and where Adam went snorkeling is about 3 miles long. We'd heard how spectacular the coral and fish life were here, and Adam was not disappointed. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed our video, please consider subscribing to our channel, give us a thumbs up and share with others who you think may enjoy it too. A huge thank you to our Patreons for their support. Join us next week as we start sailing west again and visit 2 of Fiji's remote eastern islands. Thanks again for watching and see you next Sunday.